I had to learn that I can't be a people pleaser, but I got to be self-pleased. I had to be selfish in order to get what I have right now. I had to shut off everybody to get to where I'm at right now. I had to learn that if I don't help myself, then how can I help others?
Right.
If I can't bless myself, then how can I bless others? So I was really selfish in this season. I didn't care who got offended. I didn't care who was mad. I didn't care about nobody's feelings, because I know at the end of the day, it was for me and my family and in my house. And it was well worth it.
Hello everyone, I'm Chandra Kydd of Smart Kid Concepts, and I'm excited for this episode of GED Breaking Barriers. I am doing a very exciting interview with Miss Stephanie Love because she just got her GED. Welcome, Stephanie. How are you?
All is well, and thank you for having me on Smart Kid Concept.
So Stephanie, let's start off, if you would, give us a good overview of, what was going on in your life that you left high school originally?
Well, truth be told, I never made it to high school. So I can't give you what made me drop out of high school, because I never made it. I stopped going to school in the 8th grade. We was moving all over the world, and school was not my goal at that time.
Okay. So you left at what age? You say you 8th grade, but how
I was
how
13.
Old? 13. Look at right now, you're currently how old?
40.
40. So what challenges, between that time and 40 made it difficult for you to get your GED, even maybe years ago?
I would say that I never kept trying at it. I was my biggest problem. I was my biggest downgrade, because I had a vehicle. I wasn't working. I had time to go to school when I got grown. I just never stayed the course. I would start, but then I would stop. And I never really had a reason to why I stopped. I just stopped, And what made me go back is when my oldest, I'm a mother of 8, yes. And my daughter was, at the time, she was 18. And she was like, Mom, I'm just about to stop. I'm not, this year, February the 26th, I'm not finna go to school no more. I'm just stop. She was like, you did it, and look how you doing. You doing good for yourself. You got a good career. She was like, everybody don't need a job. I said, wait a minute. No, we ain't doing that. You gonna go and get yours, no matter what. You gonna get yours. So I said to myself, a light bulb went in, bloop, bloop. I said, girl, you gotta buckle down and ride this way. Because you won't want no barriers from the tree that I produce. Because I can't take about nobody else's household and how they got raised. But my family that I created, because I'm the tree, they my branches, and they the leaves that fall off. And I produce good fruit. So I knew that I had to go back to school to show her, if I can do it, you can do it. And if I go back to school and get this GED, you got to go to college, because you always got to be a step ahead of your mama to motivate me to keep on going.
Okay, so your kids were really, specifically your daughter deciding that she wanted to just drop out of school.
Yes.
That was the wake-up call, like, okay, Mom, I set that example. I need to now change the narrative.
Yeah.
So, on those tough days, Stephanie, because you just mentioned you had 8 children, 8 babies.
Yeah.
On those tough days, what kept you motivated?
Honestly, myself, like, I knew that this is a goal that I always wanted. Like, I was speaking 12 years ago. I'm speaking 18 years ago, 21 years ago. This is the goal of mine that I always wanted it. I didn't never know what I'll do when I get it. I just knew that I need to get it.
Right.
And I knew that I need to start somewhere, and I just said to myself, baby, you're going to go and get it, because 2025 is the year for you to rise. It's the year for you to don't make no excuses. Don't speak to yourself and say, I can't, say I can. And I went forward, and it wasn't easy.
Right.
It wasn't easy juggling. I was working at a school board, and I had my kids that I had to take care of and take them to school and pick them up and get them dressed and getting them ready. But Lord, when I say, baby, it paid off, it paid off. I had to honestly cut myself from the world to achieve what I wanted to achieve. It was places that I couldn't go. It was parties that I had to miss. It was things that I normally do that I just couldn't do because those was my study time. Because I know if I miss this day, I don't know when I'm going to be able to get a chance to study again. So I took every day like it was my last day to get it in, to get it out.
Right. So you had to focus. So let's talk about, you mentioned all of these things, that these sacrifices that you had to make in order to achieve this. So I wanted to know, like, along your journey, and when you were in the classroom and you were studying, what subjects kind of gave you a bit of a struggle on this GED journey?
Baby, I'd say social studies. Social studies. The speeches, the presidents. I mean, they talking about things that was going on before I was even born, that as a child, like I told y'all earlier, I didn't make it to high school, so I wasn't paying attention to the politics, and I wasn't paying attention to, who was the elephant and who was the donkey, and the speeches and the peace prize, and what war was falling, and why it was falling, what was the movement, how we did away with the black and white, the races and everything, and I didn't know that stuff, and I really had to educate myself on a short time frame to know the whole black history in the making and the war. And baby, that was the hardest subject that I can say that I had to take. Math comes with a lot of rules and formulas, and they present it on the screen for you. You just gotta follow and know how to do it. Social studies don't come with that.
Right. Yes. So you just kind of have to have that background knowledge to kind of guide you so you can interpret the information.
Yes, and a great teacher. I'm telling you, a great teacher. Listen, I noticed, at first I didn't know how to learn, and I was like, well, how do you learn? What's going to be easy for you? How you can recall this information? How can you retain it? Not to study it to memorize, but to know it to when you see it, no matter how forms they give it to you, no matter how different they reword it, you'll understand it. And I'm telling you, I had an iPhone. And son said, girl, record that teacher on your notes and keep praying on your mind until you get it right.
Yeah, and just to say, yeah, you did. Every time you were like, all right, Miss Kydd, I'm about to hit record. So I knew to make sure that I stay on my best behavior when you hit that record button, and to really just jam-pack every class session with as much information, because it wasn't just for you, but like you mentioned, the things that we need to know, we need to understand our history and so forth, so that we can impact the future. Amendments and our rights. That's something that's not just for a test, but in real life, you need to understand your rights. So I want to talk about, since you've gotten your GED, which was very recent, like last week or so. And so when you passed that last subject, what new opportunities have opened as a result of you getting your GED study? Well,
right now I'm currently waiting to go a polygraph test for BSO, driving their buses with the inmates and prisoners. And they don't want you to send them no copy of a certified GED. No, they want your transcript. They want to know that's a credit school that you really took down and took the test. They even want the pictures that the school board take of you when you go take your test to say that this was you that passed that test that day and not nobody else.
Right. So they wanted to make sure you had something absolutely official by the Florida Department of Education. So what opportunity? So that led you, I believe, you qualified now for a type of grant?
Yes. That was for the grant will be for my business. And so far, it's going good. It's going well, shall I say. And they looking for a lot of bus drivers that have their business already up and running with your LLC, your EIN. You have to have a business account already open. When I say business account already open, I'm talking about bank account. They want you to be ready to rock and roll. All you need is the vehicle, the money to provide. And after that, you're on your own.
Right.
But you did need a high school diploma in order to qualify. Some of the grants are looking for a credit score, but it's a lot out there that's not.
Right. So you're going to, your GED is now qualifying you for this free money, because grant money is free.
It's free, yes.
So now you will qualify for this free money to help you start a business. And I wanted to really point that out because we have to talk about the doors. And I mentioned the doors that open as a result of you getting that foundational credential of having your GED, your high school diploma. So tell us a little bit briefly about the business that you're going to start with this grant money.
I'm starting a business called Lifting Loving Hands. I didn't put in transportation because it can be anything, open, broad. And it also can help me to start a family business as far as sheltering children that are having a difficult time either with a family or at a nursing center where it's full and over possibly that they cannot live there. So that's been one of the doors that's open. Another thing, if I want to go back to school for college, I now have my high school diploma, and that's not a burden that normally would stop me, that I can just walk through those doors and achieve my accomplishments. Because I'm thinking about going to school to be an accountant, because if I'm going to have my own business, I need to learn how to be an accountant and to pay my employees and to be able to balance out my checks the correct way.
Right.
So I'm leaning 100% towards going back to school for that.
Yeah, so you want to continue to learn.
Yes.
Really, your GED, I mentioned before that GED is not the finish line, it's the start line.
Right.
Other great opportunities and doors opening. But when you found out you passed, what was that like?
Oh my God, let me tell y'all. I thought I didn't pass. I called my kids and I was like, oh my God. I was like, y'all, guess what? They was like, well, you passed. I was like, no, I gotta take this test over. I said, but this time I'm a pass. They was like, what? I was like, I didn't pass. I was like, I know I didn't pass. It was so hard. I didn't pass because the machine cut off on me, and I'm like, I ain't passed. I was like, I'm telling y'all I ain't passed. But God knew that I would pass that day, but I did not know. I did not know. Let me tell you why I didn't know. Because when I took math twice. When I first took my math test, I thought I passed. I'm like, dang, that test was so easy. I know I passed. Baby, I got a 144.
You needed a 145.
And I got a 144. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So then when I took it again for the second time, I was like, oh, that test was hard. I know I ain't passed. I'm like, man, half of that stuff. I'm like, geez, it took me, I had to work it out. They give you a calculator, but everything can be done in that calculator. And I was like, Lord Jesus, I'm going to try the best. I'm going to do this problem, work it out. And I guess the lady that was at the test course saw me working so hard, she came and bought me 3 extra more.
Okay, little scratch sheets.
Right. She was like, because you gonna need it. She said, you the first one I see that really work on the calculator. Take too long for me. I get it faster by writing it down and planning out what I'm doing on paper and in my mind. So yes, baby, I passed it. I was like, thank God. But it's so funny because I worked so hard for it. So it's like when I did pass and got my high school diploma, I'm still in that area and my body's still in my mind still haven't told me like I don't have to study no more. I still wake up early looking for something to study. It's like not to study.
So your mind is in learn more mode. So even though you got your GED, you're still getting up in the morning and studying. Now that's a great segue, because now what you can do, even though you're not officially enrolled, and I mentioned that learning does not always take place in a classroom. So you can start preparing yourself for that journey of accounting and studying that. And that's as simple as going to your local library, maybe finding something on YouTube or things like that you can do until you get enrolled somewhere else. So that's something that you can continue studying, but study now on that accounting role. That way when you do get into class, you already have a bit of a head start. So have you celebrated since you passed?
I haven't celebrated since I passed. I really haven't. I didn't. Now I celebrated when I passed science. The day I passed science, which was June 17th, I took a flight that same day to Indianapolis, and I'm like, we finna have a funky good time in the Lord. I'm coming up there, and I really went, and I had a good time. Now this math, I ain't celebrated yet, but I'm gonna celebrate.
You're gonna celebrate. So with because you mentioned your daughter was really thinking about leaving school, Has her mindset changed since you finished?
Yes, her mindset is definitely changed and opened up. She's right now looking for a state university college because now she want to go to school to be an RN.
Okay.
So first she was saying she was going to go to the Navy and let them pay for her to go to school. So I told her, I said, well, Amaya, volunteer, because I would hate for her to go to school, get in debt, and then she find out she can't stand the tolerance of blood. Because when you are RN, you see everything.
Right.
You need to know that that your stomach can stain these things and that you will be stinging.
Right.
So hopefully she'll take my advice and do it. My oldest daughter, she's 21. When I say she was my biggest motivational, she was my biggest at a certain time. She'd be like, Mom, hang that phone up. Tell them you'll talk a little later. Don't be bumping those gums. You need to be studying.
Okay. She kept you on. This is the one that wanted to leave school?
No, this is my oldest daughter, 21.
The oldest one. Yes. Okay, so then
she's
she
the
was
little
keeping
deputy.
You on track.
Yeah, she's the one that really helped me because she'll take the kids to school and she'll help me get them ready so I can make it to school at 8 o'clock. And she was allowing me to use her car to go to school. Okay. So had not she did that, I don't know how far I would have really got in school because I was working. So she really played a part.
And I want to just take a moment to pause, put a pin in that, because I think we got to dip in that a little bit, because we hope to always be, the one who drives our children, the one who pushes our children. And now we see this complete turnaround where now it is our children who now drive and push us because they see how important it is to us. So I just wanted to really give a shout out to your children for supporting you, because it's not an easy journey, especially when you have 8. That's a lot. And so to have support, not from just, outside family members and friends, but your own children. You like you said, the branches there, the leaves and so forth. So now the leaves are helping the trunk to be strong, so that you, at the end of the day, you were there for them, and now they're paying it back and saying, Mama, we see what you're doing. We support you as well. So I just want to shout those babies out, because babies are an inspiration. Our children should be a motivation, not an excuse to not follow through with our educational journey. So what did you learn about yourself through this whole journey of going back to school and getting your GED, Stephanie?
In the beginning, it seems hard, but if you stay focused, if you push, if you press, and if you stay consistent, you will achieve it. It was hard because I didn't know it. But once I became familiar with the subjects and with the book sense of it, it made sense. It grew me and it helped me. And when I learned it, I took it outside, and then I was teaching it, because I say, if I can't teach it, then I ain't got it. Right. And if I ain't got it, I can't master it. And it helped me. Like even my baby that's now going to the 7th grade, she know high school work, because when I was sitting at the table doing it, she came and wanted to be nosy and see what I was doing, and she started doing. She was like, "Oh, Mama, I ain't know how to do this," and now she knows. And she like, "Ma, I can't wait to go back to school to show." I said, "We don't show out. We just do."
Right. So now, as her, your kids, they're sitting beside you as you study. They're picking up information and they're learning even ahead of the grade that they're in. So, if you were to look 5 years into the future, Stephanie, how do you think your life is going to be different 5 years from now as a result of you having your GED?
I look at it, I'm a rising star. I'm a shooting star. And who knows where this star going to stop going at. I can't even tell you, but the sky is the limit for me. It has no limit. There's no barriers alive that can stop me if I stay the pace. And I'm just really following my heart. I'm just doing what the Word of God told me to do, and that just keeps continuing on. I feel like when the roads get rocky, I get rockier. When it get rough, I get rough. When it get tough, I get tougher. So however it come at me, I'ma overcome it, because life be life and I be living, and I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. There's nothing that I do different, because everything I did, it taught me to be stronger than where I'm at right now. It taught me to keep on keeping on. keep going. Like, don't stop. Don't turn around. Don't give. Keep going. Even when you have your moments where it feels like it's getting rough, I know, baby, if I wake up, it's going to already be all right. If I keep going, it's going to already be all right, because I don't have the power to change the minute, the second, or the hour, but I do have the power to change that moment that I am in at that moment. I can't say what I'll be doing tomorrow, because only God knows what I'll truly be able to do tomorrow. But if God keep giving me breath in my body, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep learning. Learning lasts a lifetime. It keep on going. Every time you wake up, it's another day. It's another moment in the hour and the time to just do something that's going to be pleasing to you. I had to learn that I can't be a people pleaser, but I got to be self-pleased. I had to be selfish in order to get what I have right now. I had to shut off everybody to get to where I'm at right now. I had to learn that if I don't help myself, then how can I help others?
Right.
If I can't bless myself, then how can I bless others? So I was really selfish in this season. I didn't care who got offended. I didn't care who was mad. I didn't care about nobody's feelings, because I know at the end of the day, it was for me and my family and in my house. And it was well worth it.
So you have your GED, you got it sent to you.
Yes,
did you get a chance to put it in a frame or put it up somewhere?
I haven't.
So what are your plans for your actual GED diploma? Do you have a spot in mind to post it or what?
Not right now, because I'm positioning myself. God really have opened up some doors, places that I thought I won't be going. He's really been opening up. But I'm thankful, because he told me, he said, you see a tree and you see the height of it. He said, but you didn't hear it grow. And what he was telling me then is, what I'm about to do for you, I just need you to be quiet. I just need you not tell everything, but just mute your mouth. Because sometimes I love people and I talk too much and I tell some things that I probably shouldn't tell. And it's like, you think people be really happy for you, but they don't. While you telling them, they in their mind cursing it down, and you wonder why it ain't happy. It ain't God saying no. You just got people that just curse it down. So he told me to keep stuff to myself and just let him do.
And that's interesting. In my book, Go Back to School and Get Better, I have a section called The Dream Killers. And when you said that, that really made me think about that part of the book, the killers, because these are supposed to be your biggest cheerleaders, the people who you would hope would have your back, but they end up being the biggest hindrance. They end up being the backbiters, the folks who smile on one side, but really they're talking about you, they're holding you back, they're throwing obstacles and barriers in your way. So tell me, how did you, because you just mentioned you decided I need to stop talking so much and sharing all of my plans with everybody, because not everybody is for you. So what advice would you give someone out there who may have a relative or a friend who is actually becoming a barrier for them going back to school to get better?
I just would say, keep it to yourself. If they not taking you to school, they don't need to know that you're going to school. If they not helping you with your kids, they don't need to know. They only need to know what needs to be known, and that's what they doing to play a part into your life. If they not helping you, keep it to yourself. I'm telling you, you can have a mango tree and you won't see how good that mango is until it's done growing and it's fruitful and it's fair. Then you can eat it and taste it and see that it's good. Until then, don't tell nobody nothing. I'm telling you, I don't care who, the ones you think you can trust the most, them the ones you can't. I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you something that I've been through, I've grown through, and I done outcame. You don't tell them. Don't tell them. Listen, if you want to know something, go to a bus stop and don't sit there just sitting next to somebody. You'll hear them talk about everybody and done told them something. And believe you me, if they doing it, the one person that you talking to doing it too, they ain't the only ones doing it. You ain't got to go to a bus stop, baby. Go anywhere and you will hear it. I'm sure you got some people that be calling you, telling you stuff too. Yeah, I hear it. You just write on a piece of paper. And when you, because sometimes we need to express ourselves and to get it out. So once you write on a piece of paper, burn it, rip it, shred it, cut it, whatever you gotta do, just get rid of it.
Okay, so with that in mind, seeing as how some people may not have that support system and that motivational person that say, okay, stay focused, how important do you think programs like Smart Kid Concepts are, where we provide that motivation, that guidance, that assistance, that constant, giving of resources? Like, I know at one point you were struggling, I believe it might have been with science, and then I was like, okay, here's some packets, here's some things, here's some resources you can, extra study and things like that. Well, how important do you think that might be for a person who may not have the support like you had?
Man, listen, a circle, 360%, okay? A full circle. The Smart Kid concept is really, 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 really beneficiary. But you still have to go on there and learn it. It ain't gonna push play and just come find you. You have to be obedient. You have to want it. You have to live it, breathe it, eat it, digest it, everything. It has to be something that's in you and what you want, not on you, but in you. And I'm telling you, you won't go wrong. You can always go back to it for a small fee. It don't cost much. Sometimes you may have to not go out to eat to get rid of what you want. How bad do you want it, and how much you're willing to go through to get it?
The support and investment, because everything is an investment.
Yes.
Even paying for the test is an investment. At the end of the day, when you look at the money you spent for, registration fee, to get back and forth for gas. For some people, it might be their Uber or whatever methods of transportation or whatever they have to pay to get their GED. The money you're gonna now receive from this grant and even the income that you'll make from being a new entrepreneur way outweighs the investment you made in yourself. Not to mention, you sound hungry and thirsty for knowledge. You're getting up and studying.
Yeah.
That's become like your norm now. So it's opened up a thirst and a hunger in you that wasn't always there. And I am so proud of you and your journey, and I'm very proud of your children for supporting you. And I can't wait to bring Stephanie back for a part 2 after she has her business up and running, because I want to recap and we can come back and share how you had that success as a result of getting your GED, as a result of being continuous learner, and then getting the grant money to start your business. And I even thank you for allowing me the opportunity to kind of guide you in the process. Like, okay, Stephanie, you need to get this website. You need to go, get this headshots. And, so I appreciate you trusting me to be a part of that process, because I don't just want you to have a GED. I want you to have a successful business. And that's important. And that's where we got to get to that point, because at the end of the day, the GED was the starting to get to better financial freedom for not just you, but for those 8 children that you have, that you can create a legacy. That's a big important word, legacy for those children, because once you get that money, we now need to start learning how do we take that income that you're winning and put it that way. Even if mom isn't around, it's still going to be there to benefit those children years and years from now, for generations. That's the next step, figuring out your legacy. Stephanie, give us one powerful sentence to inspire others who might be afraid of going back to school.
Okay, we're going to pause right there. When I tell y'all that Smart Kid concept is like a diamond mine, it is exactly there. When I first encountered her, she was like a Mercedes, a Maybach. You understand? Like, you just can't get in and just go. She's the overall full package. She goes above and beyond, like the way she fight, the drive that she has. She see you when you can't see yourself. I mean, she will blow your mind. You please give her, if you get this video, you watching this, baby, give her a shot. I promise you, you will be thankful and you will be glad. It will be like you was rebirthed all over again, and you ain't have to go into your mother's womb for the second time. I'm telling y'all the truth. Listen, taste and see that it is good, okay? That was my final thing that I could tell y'all that was good. I just answered her last question. I'm telling y'all, she ain't gonna prepare you for a GED. She gonna prepare you for your future. She gonna prepare you for beyond the odds, the measures. Listen, she gonna, man, baby, you gonna believe, you gonna think that you walking in her shadow, because that's just how significant you gonna be. I mean, you gonna be able to, listen, anything your feet touching, the sole of your feet touching should be yours. And I'm telling you, she walking, living, and breathing. I'm telling you, hey, you better plug up to her. Plug up. Listen. You see me? I'm connected at the hip. Listen, she move, I move. She stop, we stop. Don't say my words. Run.
Wow, I appreciate that. It's dynamic. I tell you, but that is it, Miss Stephanie, because you planted
hard to go.
You
hard to go.
You are a seed.
Oh, Jesus.
That is going to impact generations. Educating adults is not the same as educating. It's not the same as educating kids, and I believe that, because when you educate the adults, it changes the whole household. It benefits the children in the house, but it benefits the whole community and the economy. We are all connected. So when you as an adult do better, the children in your house, the other adults in the house do better, and now you're becoming an entrepreneur. You are going to create job opportunities by becoming an entrepreneur. You can't tell me that one little teeny tiny mustard seed can produce that big old tree. That's why I love what I do, and I believe in it 129%. It's gonna grow into something amazing. Something as simple as a GED can open some big doors, and I am so proud of you. And I have to say this, I am very proud of your faith in this journey, because you set your mind, you said, I am not going back, and I am going to have my diploma by a certain time. And even though you didn't pass it and it felt like the goal was getting further away, you were consistent. And I have to applaud you for that determination. You were not in and out. This last time you were on it.
Yeah.
And you were determined. You were like, I gotta have it by such and such a time. We sat down, we talked, we looked at this grand opportunity, and you said my goal was to have my bus and have my transportation bus. And I said, well, let's set some deadlines. And you made it to the deadline. Even though you didn't pass those tests the first time and you had to retake, you still met the deadline.
I passed it 2 days before the deadline.
2 days before the deadline. So that was pure faith, consistent dedication, and I truly give you props, ma'am. I give you props for that, and I truly shout out those children and all of your friends and family that supported you. And even those that didn't, I am proud that you had the mindfulness and the wisdom to cast them aside and say, I can't share my journey with everybody. Let me keep a close and tight circle. And I appreciate your diligence in coming to class and making sure that you kept checking in. And when you could not be there, you always, I can't make it but I will be there, I will study. And you had your recorder there, and you recording, Miss Kydd, I'm hitting record, and you made sure that you got every ounce of every bit of the juice that you could from the fruit, and you are reaping the benefits for generations to come through your children, your great-grands, all the way, I declare it beyond the 10th generation of your children, that this will be a great legacy. And I encourage those of you who are watching to make sure that you tap in to your inner power and to your faith, or whatever it is that motivates you, because it will not be handed to you.
No, it won't.
It will not be easy.
Oh, yeah.
It will have some major bumps and divots and potholes in the road. But you have to be determined. Even when you get a flat, you will pop that donut out and you will keep it moving. No matter what, you're going to make it to the finish line. No matter what. So I am so excited once again, Miss Stephanie Love, for joining us here. And if you had to say how you were breaking the barriers with your GED, what barrier do you think you broke by getting your GED?
I feel like I'm the pie. It would never be repeated. The numbers go on and on and on, but the numbers would never repeat, because the doors will always be opening and opening and opening and opening. And I must say, out of my mom kids, I'm the first one to get my high school diploma. My sister paid for hers. She went and got hired at a job. She worked 2 weeks and they came back and said it wasn't credible. So don't go and pay for it, because a real job will find out. I'm talking about a job that really go back and really check. They will find out whether it's a credit school or not. They do know. I don't know how they know, but they do know. And this one barrier, it opened many doors for me, because now only can I tell somebody to go back and get it, I can tell you why, and I can prove to you why you need it, because I done went through it. Now, it's one thing if you haven't gone through something, you try to tell me to do it. How can you tell me to do something you never done?
Okay.
And that's what my baby told me. You want me to get my diploma? You don't got yours. Oh, you right. A lot of folks, my family told me I should have slapped her down and busted the lip, but for what? Why beat a child for telling the truth? If you ashamed of something, don't do it. If you want better, go get better. It ain't only thing gonna come to a person is a dream when they sleep. If you want something bad enough, you will go and get it. You will go and get it. Listen, I can tell y'all, I tried to go get this thing many times, but my mind wasn't made up. My heart wanted it, but my mind, it wasn't made up. But when that mind and that heart connect and it lined it up, oh baby, ain't nothing gonna stop you. Listen, sometimes I caught the bus and then I had to walk a little bit ways to get to the school, because I was determined. Listen, God gave me a dream before I even got my diploma. And in the background, I heard my mothers and my sisters like, oh, she had like she did something. She had like she graduated college or something. It ain't nothing but a diploma. When you don't have no one to applaud you, when you don't have no one to encourage you, use them as a stepping stool. Right. Use them as if they back bend over, you just walking up the escalator. Because you know if they bend their back over, they step on top of each other, you just climbing up to that escalator. If you keep going, that escalator gonna put you in somewhere. Don't get on the elevator. I'm gonna tell you why don't get on the elevator. You can press that button for the elevator door to open up and you can walk in it. But if you never press that button to go up, it's going to stay right there where you at. And it's going to keep open and closing on the same floor you got in on. You ain't go nowhere. Right. But if you step on that escalade, all you got to do is stand there. It's going to throw you somewhere. Where you land at? I don't know. But it's going to take you somewhere. It ain't going to keep you where you at. Take the escalator, not the elevator.
Okay, Miss Stephanie. Some major pearls of wisdom. And I think that this was an amazing motivational moment, and I am so glad that you shared it with us. And I cannot wait to have you back again soon so we can check in after you have opened and started this business and you are now established and you are ready doing your own thing. You are no longer an employee but an employer. So I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing your journey. And I thank you for coming on the show and explaining how the GED helped you break barriers.
Yes.
You guys,
one more thing.
Please do. What else you would like to share?
So I have one more thing to say. I supposed to went back to work Monday. They haven't called me. I've been reaching out to them. I said, okay, God, that door closed then. It ain't open. It's closed. And I'm not worried at all. I'm a faith walker. I'm not worried. I have my A license. So I said, well, God, I guess I get in the truck and go over the road if that's what he wants. I do have a spiritual basket that I put the things inside that I truly need God to do immediately. I know it's something called Rebecca 2, that's a vision board, but also God gave me a spiritual basket, and he said, whatever I need him to do, he said to put it in the spiritual basket. He said, but before you put it in the spiritual basket, he told me to total up the cost and put it in there and watch him do it. So I'm not worried. I don't got no money in my bank account, no money in my pockets, but this business too will flourish because I believe.
And I touch and agree with you on that. And we're going to continue to push through and plan accordingly so that we don't, we have faith, but we also have works to back it up
yes, God.
into fruition. And that way you are positioned in the process to receive all that he has for you.
Amen.
So I touch and agree with you on that, Miss
Yes.
Stephanie. And we just gonna move forward despite who calls or doesn't call, you shall be successful.
Amen.
And I touch and agree with you on that.
Yes.
So you guys, we hope to see you all next time. I am Chandra Kydd of Smart Kydd Concepts here with Miss Stephanie Love, and we hope to see you all again soon. See you next time. Bye.
Later.